Today, you're gonna get some tips on how you can improve your shooting and your goal scoring. You know, think of those strikers where you just know that they're gonna score if they get even a sniff of goal. And yep, after today, that striker could be you.
Today we'll do 3 drills that you can use every week to improve your consistency when you're shooting, to make sure that when you get the chance in the box, you just score on pure instinct.
And how are you gonna do that? Well, one way to help yourself improving your shooting is to go to a pitch, find a goal, and then set up what I call high scoring chance areas in each side of the goal. See, the trick with these areas is to make sure that you get really good at putting the ball at the side of the goal, because if you can do that consistently, chances are that the keeper's gonna have a tough time reaching the ball, resulting in you scoring more goals. And that's a win for everyone. Now, to create these high scoring areas, you can use cones, or as I've done, poles or a shirt, whatever. It's basically just there as a visual reference if you don't have a keeper. Now, the first thing you can do is actually something pretty easy, which is where you start a couple of meters outside the box. You have a cone slightly in front of you, then you roll the ball forward, chase after the ball, catch it at speed, and then you round the cone as if it was a 1v1 situation against a defender. Now, after you've cleared the cone, take a look up at the goal, and then you quickly decide which side you want to shoot in. Now, all you gotta do then is basically just slot the ball home in one of the high scoring chance areas using a hard shot with the instep of your foot. And this is not rocket science, admittedly, but it's just really nice in order to help you get more precise when you shoot, more consistent, and also just learning that muscle memory so you know how to position your body every time you have a chance at the center of the box. And honestly, guys, if you do this a lot, it's just gonna turn you into a ruthless, ice-cold finisher. Now, of course, remember to go both right and left around the cone and shoot with your strong and your weak foot, so it's not as weak anymore. And then you just gotta focus on scoring a lot of goals. Secondly, you want to practice shooting and scoring when there's a lot of obstacles or people in the box, which is typically also what would happen in a football match. Now, the thing is that I've set up a few obstacles or poles that I want to bend the ball around, acting as, of course, defenders. So here you set up 2 positions, one each side of the box. You take the ball, do a little body feint around the cone, and then you slot the ball home in one of the high scoring chance areas. Now, what's important here is that once again, you use a hard, well-placed shot with the inside of your foot. Don't go for those top corner screamers that admittedly look really cool on YouTube or Instagram, but there's just too much uncertainty around those. What you want to focus on and what's important in a football match is to score goals. How do you score goals? Well, you put the ball in the side of the goal out of the keeper's reach. So focus on getting your placement of the ball right and also on getting a quick shot in when you beat the cone or the defender. And I promise you, if you do this a lot, shooting from any position around the box is gonna feel a lot more natural. Lastly, we're gonna do one of my favorite drills. We can call it round the box or Panic at the Dance Floor. I really don't care what we call it, but it's a nice little drill because you're gonna be under a bit of pressure, meaning that you get to shoot from a lot of different angles inside the box after sprinting for a little bit. So it works like this. You have 5 cones scattered in a half moon shape inside of the box, and then you start at the penalty spot, then you sprint to a cone, you get the ball, you turn, you look up, and then you score inside one of the high scoring chance areas. Now, what's important is that you make this drill as match related as possible. So try and get a shot off quickly after you've turned, because in a match, you're not gonna have much time anyway inside of the box, unless the opposition sucks. What's also important is that if your first touch sucks, you're still gonna try and take the shot, try and go for the goal, because again, in a match, it might also suck. There might be your foot making it bounce and stuff. You might as well get used to scoring from a sucky position. Now, what you also want to try and do is to challenge yourself a little bit in order to improve. Try to go for 5 out of 5 in the beginning, and when you can do that consistently, try and push yourself for time. Faster and faster and faster. But before you hit the pitch and start to practice, I just want to talk about the most important thing in terms of practicing your shooting and finishing, which is repetitions, consistency, and quality. Because if you can get those 3 on point, I guarantee that eventually you're gonna improve as a goal scorer. And if you're serious about this, and I guess you are since you're watching this video, you also have to practice in a serious way. And the best way to do that is just to get a ton of repetitions, and I mean a lot, just like the pros do, because with repetition comes muscle memory. And muscle memory is gonna come in super handy when you have to finish on instinct. Let's say you're stuck in the box, 5 players around you, ball falls to you, what do? Go. Well, you're gonna shoot and you're gonna score because you've practiced it a lot. And the more you practice, the more ready your body is to score, the higher the chance of scoring you're gonna have. But Jay, how many repetitions is a lot of repetitions? Well, depending on how serious you are about it, and I guess you're really serious, I would do between 50 to 100 repetitions per session per foot. And I realize up to 200 shots per session, that's a lot of shots. But on the other hand, if you do this, it's really gonna help you getting that shooting technique absolutely on point. And who are we kidding? You're not gonna get seriously good at anything in this world unless you repeat it so many times that you know it in your sleep. Think about it. Do you think Messi or Ronaldo or Mbappe just went out, took 10 shots and instantly became some of the best in the world? No, that's not how things work. So if you want to do it, you have to do it right and with quality. And on that motivational bombshell, that was 3 shooting drills that you can do every week and most likely feel a more or less instant improvement. But guys, what should we take a look at next? Well, as always, you should let us know in the comment section right down below. And then of course, also don't forget that you can go and buy your new shooting boots from the link to unisportstore.com right over there. Of course, also don't forget to go subscribe to the channel with the notifications on to get a little ding every time we drop a new video as a notification on your phone or wherever you watch the videos. And finally also, if you want to keep improving as a footballer, there's also the playlist in the bottom of your screen. And with those words, guys, I'm signing off. Cheerio.